In my early 20s was the first time I experienced post-nut clarity. And I think it was 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. Here's me talking about my masturbation. It was like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. And there was this person that I was like vaguely interested in. I think I'm like 21 years old. I'm like, I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to get in my car at 3 a.m. and drive for 55 minutes. And I decide to masturbate instead. And immediately after I masturbated instead, it was like a completely different person inhabited my body. I was like, why? Within seconds, I was like, why the fuck were you gonna get out of bed at 3 a.m. in the morning and drive for 55 minutes to meet someone you have really no interest in? And it was like that person could not recognize the person I was 10 minutes earlier. Mm-hmm. And I remember one day trying to explain this to a woman, and she couldn't understand it. And I actually think she was quite offended by it.
The woman becomes a sexual object. You're not a human anymore. And like the reason they're offended is because that's exactly what happens. In that moment, there are such powerful drivers in our brain to drive us to procreate that like we don't view them as a complex human being with thoughts and feelings, right? We're just really, really horny. And that's literally what happens. Like in our brain, we stop viewing them as complex objects. And so the reason they get offended is sort of because they're right. And all men, I hope, will experience post-nut clarity. And also, like, that doesn't make us bad men. It's a physiologic thing. And I think the key thing about whether you're good or bad is the way that you manage it, right? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I'm talking about, is like, you have to understand what is happening in your brain in order to then willfully take a step back and sort of like think about, what am I feeling? And then eventually, once we understand where post-nut clarity comes from, we can cultivate it without having to nut.